Just saying. You're watching CEVO TV. I'm Cotton. My partner is Clops. Justus Pro versus Armata continues now on map 2, DE Mirage. The purchases, a lot of flashbangs and nades and just a little bit of armor. A lot of decoys for the T's. It's a mishmash buy from multiple siloed sites, and JMZ tries to aggressively jump up into the B apps or B tunnels and finds no success. The guy turns the wrong way and AGM will trade him. 1-1 on the trade, and he was the battering ram. We've seen this strat before. Yep. The next part is for this player in A to be the entry man. He has to win a battle here, then they're going to execute, and Justus Pro has seen the strat before. They were watching our, I'm not kidding, they were watching our stream when Armata first used this strat. We love this strat, but it shouldn't work because Justus Pro has it read.
Well, and the guy needs to get a kill for it to work, and then that forces
it's working! Why is it working? Actually, never mind.
It's working because shots are being hit. Not because of the actual strategy itself.
It appears that Red One flicked the flashbang that he didn't have to. If he was against that pillar, he could not have been flashed. Justus Pro wins it. Armata used the strat that they had previously used before, and that Justus Pro had already known. We knew it. They knew it. It was just inevitable.
Just to explain to the people who weren't sure how that was supposed to work. The guy gets the entry, forces rotates from the CTs, and then they push the one guy into A, and then he forces rotates back, thinking it's a fake, to A, and then everybody just waltzes right into B. They get the bomb plant and have plenty of time to hold the site. Unfortunately, the guy didn't hit his entry, and it just got jumbled up.
Spray down. Shazam holds down the trigger and wins most of that battle. Then Flowsick will join, and we'll probably have Doom join him. Romulus dies in the site as well. Justus Pro has 2. Armata needs to pick up 1 more kill, 2 more kills, so that they can have the smokes and nades they need. They would love to eco and win it, but, you know, I'm setting manageable expectations.
Yeah, get those kills, or at least force a play. Did they force a play in the first round? I completely missed that.
No.
No. Oh, yeah, because I would assume if they did, they'd be fine right now. So,
yes.
There you go. Deductive skills are awesome.
3-2 split on A. Another classic Armata playbook play. You'll also see 3 top control mid wrap to A, and you'll see a bunch 2-man pick at B. This playbook we've seen in depth frequently in this tournament. It's just a shooting gallery. There was not, I don't believe, there was a single shot issued by the Armata team.
I didn't hear it. It seemed that, yeah, the CTs were just taking shots. A little target practice action for those guys. But we're on the buy round. We see Doom picking up the op. I would assume he's going to try to pick mid. Shazam, let me see where he's at. Does he have a good spawn? He's got a pretty decent spawn. He should get to the window before Doom does. So I'm going to be interested to see what Armata does to combat that. If they just smoke out the window, or if they're going to have someone pop flash for Doom so he could get a good pick on him. But we'll see.
We had a peek, and Shazam had the leg of one of the players and puts the shot into the Fern, and the Fern ate the entire bullet. I'm not sure how that happened. Single lurk at B tunnels. 2-2 split. Bomb carriers at the A ramp. This will be a set nade and a set take, and Planks will be charged to defend the entire brunt of the attack. He'll resmoke it to delay the attack even more. It's important to note that Justus Pro has not made an incredible effort to gather information from the B side, so they cannot force a rotate given what they know. It's going to fall to the A defenders to make a pretty big play right now.
It is, and we do see Doom going to the Palace here to go for that electric pick, which actually I kind of forgot that's what he prefers to do. He doesn't like to pick mid. He actually likes to make that pick from A.
Look at this. This is a strange execute. Armata smoked the entire site, and the jungle ran through instead of smoking the E-box, and they used that as a lane to execute where most teams smoke that off. That is new. We have never seen that before. 2 versus 1, and JMZ should not win it with 13 HP. He's the last one alive, though. We follow the LMS. He'll come back around to the connector with his FAMAS, and he probably doesn't need to save a FAMAS, so he'll go for it. Don't die, don't throw. The guy is at 34 HP, has the bomb plant, will go for the second time around, and JMZ is fully flashed. If he peeks again, maybe he'll be opt. The opper actually drops off the position. They'll go back to hiding spots, and then he'll enter the site. Flicks his own flashbang, and then gets opt at the top of the E-box. Let's diagram that. Instead of using any smokes for the top of the E-box, instead of using any smokes to seal off the front of jungle, they smoked into jungle, and then the entire bomb site itself. Then they rushed the Evox. Weird, but really effective.
Yeah, it made a nice wall so that whoever was playing in the site or below the balcony or CT spawn couldn't see, jungle guy couldn't see, and they were able to just run through towards E-Box and get that pick on the cat, which, I mean, I guess you could say the cat pick isn't that effective if you're taking A, but still, I mean, they were able to get in the site, and it caused some confusion with Justus Pro, and it kind of caught him off guard, so it did work out very well for him.
I'll tell you what, that should only work once, because as soon as you show it, the next time the catwalk player is going to be ready to shoot you from that long distance.
Exactly.
At most, oh my lord, Shazam just got an op pick while blind. Most of the time that cat player doesn't even have his gun out because he just takes out his knife and starts to rotate or tries to spam through the smoke. He'll be ready next time. Justus Pro gets caught a little bit. Armata has 4 up. They have an op on the field, a Galil, in Romulus's hands, the bomb carrier, and they'll move back toward A. Look at the rotates moving toward B, though.
Yeah, stacking 3 and B. Shazam just got the 1 kill and got out of apartments as quick as he can, so he didn't get any extra information. So yeah, I think they were thinking, since, oh, it's only one guy kind of lurking in apartments, then they must be leaning towards B, which is why they went for that rotate, but they're not getting anything from it right now.
Now the execute is on. Samrock went up the connector while blind, is put down by Planks, and then Doom peeks fully blind, so they know he's up there. He gets a second chance at it. Planks is now dead. It's 2 versus the field. And Shadow Assassin's almost dead. Back in the site, battle rages on. Shazam flicks, hits a piercing shot. Romulus is down. Justus Pro leads by 3.
Pretty crazy push by Shazam. I would have, honestly, I wouldn't want to push the apartments with the op. It's such a close range, and then you have the autos that you're most likely going to be fighting up against. I feel like the op is not favored in that, but I mean, he went for it, and it was surprising, to say the least, even for the Armata player. He got that quick advantage, and I mean, once you're down a man on T side of Mirage, then it's very hard to establish the control that you need to, and we saw that perfectly from, yeah, we saw that perfectly.
Perfectly clear through that smoke. If only he could just adjust his crosshair. It's a full-on rush. They're going to explode through this. JMZ's backing up, trying to save his own life, and it is a disaster. They run into fire, nades, AK fire. Doom's the last one. He was the intended flank, and he's so far away, trying to pick up the bomb, but at this point, he can't. There's no way to recover his lost real estate. He can't even pick up a gun. There were no kills, and there was no damage given.
Rough spot to be in, but I mean, he just has the pistol to work with. No need to go for a save here. I mean, you just want to try to get a kill, maybe recover a gun if you're in Doom's position. Unfortunately, he's working against 5 people. Oh, he does get that kill, but can't get the gun because it was too on cat, and you saw Planks was just there ready for him.
The guy's clearly frustrated, thinking that Shadow Assassin has to be a ringer. They alluded to it in the pregame, saying that this guy must be a ringer. He's very good, and clearly with the association with Miniker, they think perhaps he's not legit. And I leave you guys to make the decisions about what that means and whether or not anyone is innocent. But the tone I'm trying to get at is Armata's so frustrated.
It's another save.
2 double saves in 2 games. It's hard to swallow. It's going to be a fast cat. And AGM's there. The man that they don't like. Everybody's blind. They're literally hugging each other. I was going to say another word. JMZ's on the outside of the smoke, picks up a double kill. The guy's down. He picks up the sidearm, flashes back into the site. Maybe picks up a headshot. Doom will respond. Has the bomb, tries to go for the suicide plant. There's no way. So he'll go to the arch and then be promptly gunned down by Flow6, 6-1.
I mean, I would say CT side is that. I honestly I honestly don't know anymore. I feel like I want to say CT side is advantageous, but then I feel like T side you can be very strong as well as long as you play it correctly.
Look, we all play matchmaking, and the split seems like an 8-7 map, but at the pro level these days, we see 10-5 in Mirage. And we shouldn't read too far into what Justus Pro is doing right now, but the pace and the way they're winning the rounds and the way these triple kills are or double kills are happening, Romulus has made a big play. Romulus has made a big play. I thought that was a surefire triple kill. That is a response, though. It's a trade. Shazam will drop Romulus, and Reds will have to respond. If he can just pick up this and save his teammate, he cannot. AGM will drop him and the bomb. The guy has to go recover it, and everybody on the minimap should be moving toward B at full pace all the way.
It's exactly what's happening. You see even the flank, or going to Cat is the number 4 man. But yeah, they do have this covered, and I mean, the guy is just in a terrible spot right now.
You've seen some flickers and some glimmering good plays out of Armata, some good thought processes, and then some plays that just fall apart very, very quickly. I can't get a good pulse as to how Armata feels about their game right now. The guy is frustrated. I'm not sure if Armata's frustrated, but the guy who's broken MM2 is clearly frustrated.
I actually haven't seen any of his chat, so I can't say.
Oh, well, I have. Good thing you're not showing the... Don't show the stream. He's not in the best mood.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I mean, he seems like one of those guys who does get heated pretty easily. But, I mean, you know, the frustration is real because you have the chances, the opportunities, but, I mean, Justus Pro is just making it look easy right now, honestly.
Fire dropped at the feet of all the players, descending out of that B window. JMZ had a triple before being traded, and Shazam and AGM come for the cleanup job. 8-1. Armata cannot seem to find any success on their eco rounds. I have noticed that at the beginning of this tournament, Armata started with throwaway eco rounds. In the middle of the tournament, they went to more methodical, try-to-win eco rounds, and now they're back to the 5-man rush, throw this away eco round.
That could be, I mean, the fact that they're just kind of getting demolished right now. They could be frustrated, and whoever their IGL is just can't think of something to do, something constructive to do on the eco round, so he's just trying to get it over with, which is unfortunate, but, I mean, when you're getting beat pretty bad, that kind of happens. But, you know, if you're a team that's playing in the P division, that's one thing that you can't have happen. You got to be able to rise above that and, you know, consistently keep your head up and keep the strategies coming and always be changing up what you're doing. And
there's some semblance of a game plan today. Right now, there's a single lurk at mid, 3 waiting at the bottom of the A ramp to execute. You can see the lines of the smokes going over. They're executing now. They'll come out, and the entry fragger had a nade out. That was a bit frightening, but he's not punished. The smokes are in, and they will collapse on the site. AGM was looking for the lurk. Doom had the trap set, and he will now begin the wrap. Planks is here, trying to fight the op. Gets the Tetris kill. Then JMZ drops the flanker. 3 versus 4. 3 versus 2 versus 3. Back and forth, back and forth. Both players are in CT. A single incendiary might do the job for them, and they can start the defuse if they so chose. The fire will kill the guy before the defuse finishes. That's going to be 9 rounds for Justus Pro.
that was actually that same strategy we saw from Armata earlier where they did the smoke wall. And you saw Justus Pro was actually prepared for it. You know, they had the quick rotate. They had 4 people in the A site, and they were ready for it. I mean, Armata did do a pretty good job. They actually, I saw the second part of that where they had the left side of the site cut off as well, so the people coming out of apartment could focus on that site. And they actually did get the kills, which got them the bomb plant and, you know, access to CT spawn, but they just couldn't hold on to it from there.
Another gun round for Armata, this time without an op. They'll move out to the mid. We talked about how their playbook is limited to a few plays on Mirage. It's a 3-man control mid with a split execute 4A. The bomb carrier waits at the bottom of the ramp, and there's a single lurker inside of the palace. They'll try to control the connector, but they need to first get inside, and it's going to be 2 people. Look at the number 3-man, Shazam, and his partner next to him holding down this lane. It's so hard to get through here. We've seen how Justus Pro treats the connector. They double up here and make sure that nobody can flank. Just like that, every T gets mowed down. A total of 44 damage done on the round.
If you don't have people coming out apps or a
math.
ramp at the same time when you're trying to make that play from mid, then yeah, you just get annihilated because those 2 players at Electric and Jungle can just purely focus on you and they don't have to worry about anything else. And that's exactly what you saw. 2 people came out and they got those kills easily, and then they were able to turn towards Palace and they picked up the kill there, and nothing was just coordinated from Armata right there.
I'm so bothered by my arithmetic skills. It was 34 damage. I think JMZ has heard the person above him. The number 6-man Doom has been discovered. He'll start the flank, and it looks like both players are having a hard time ascertaining when to pull out their weapons. Doom tries to pick up the flanker, does good damage to AGM. He drops him down to 41. It's a execute that we've seen before. 1 palace, 3 ramp, single lurk. Nades over, and this time it's a traditional execute. They've got the smokes for the E-box and the front jungle smoke. They have yet to take care of CT, but it doesn't matter because Planks is mowed over by Romulus with a very good looking shot. AGM's here. AK shot goes a little bit awry, but he still picks it up, and with a weak player right in front of him, he could get another one. Romulus has one. Samrock trades Shazam with an op is versus 3, and nobody's going to peek him. Please don't peek him, Samrock. You knew he had an op. That was a great flick shot. Romulus cleans it up in a scary moment for Armata, but you know he has an op.
So, I mean, all of Armada's success has been coming from the standard, well, pretty much standard A-take, using smokes to isolate different parts of the site and then make your picks from there. I mean, that's when they've been getting the bomb plants. That's when they got their 2-round wins. So I feel like that's kind of what they want to keep aiming for. And
maybe there needs to be a little bit of a diversity of the playbook.
Yeah.
There could be a bunch pick at B. There could be a cross pick from cat to connector, but they seem to treat the connector a little bit too fast, a little too sloppy. So yeah, you're right. The success comes from the A takes, but could there have been more if they used a better, more diverse set of plays? I think so.
I definitely think so.
This time, the bomb carrier will wait inside of B tunnels. They will show the split execute, the same one that we've been talking about. They'll throw the smokes, they'll flash in, they'll show all 3 players trying to move into the site, attempt to force the rotators away from B, and then have the bomb eventually walk in. The rotate is on, the mid player has left his position, come into the site, and began to defend. You can see everybody migrating over. The cat player is trying to be a little bit successful by just staying in mid, but again, the rotate's on. Now the bomb will move into bomb site B. Samrock holds. Nobody's planted yet. He's out in the open. Flowsig drops him, and they realize they've been faked. Shadow Assassin calls his teammates over. I can hear the bomb plant. I can hear footsteps. And oh my god, Reds with the reflexes saves himself. Flowsig knows there's somebody close to the window. He'll push out, then spray down the nade-wielding player. They can see both remaining T's back sight and in top of the hallway. It's going to be a tough cleanup. The players are so weak here. JMZ can easily win this with a pistol shot. He does. A double kill and a clutch and the defuse. It's going to be 11-2.
Almost works out pretty nicely for Armata. I mean, they knew that what they were basically getting Justus Pro adjusted to their A take, and they knew that the rotates would come quick because they've been having success with it, so they went for the fake, and it did work. You know, they lost their 2 players at A, but they had 3 people there to defend. But I mean, you know, they just had a nice clutch, Justus Pro did, and unfortunately Armata couldn't hold on to it.
Now what? The playbook, we threw our changeup at them. We've thrown our best strats at them. Now what?
I mean, there's only 2 more rounds. You pretty much just have to win these rounds. I think they got to stick to A because that's what they've been having the success with. And if you look at the minimap, Justus Pro only plays the 2 in A initially, and then the 1 guy at mid window or jungle. So I think if they execute their smokes, they still have a better shot at taking that side.
It's a gunfight inside the bomb site A. Nobody's considering the CT player as he is yet to reveal himself due to his M4A1. They'll try to rotate back to pick up the bomb and be in open space. They are not finding too much success, but they somehow are picking up the scrappy kills. A random Galil bullet here, a nade kill there. Doom making big plays. 2 versus 1 with 50 seconds left. They could rotate back toward B, and now it's just a one-on-one. JMZ is in the side waiting. Will Doom fully rotate toward B or do the U-turn reverse? Either one is viable. Yeah, either one is viable. It's just a matter of sides to go with. So he makes the B line, knife out all the way to B. And he'll probably plant for apartments given his positioning.
Yeah, he doesn't know that JMZ is actually just hanging out at A for the most part, so I would assume he's going to go for the apartment plant as well. It's the safe plant regardless. But he's got to
wow. He'll plant the far corner, move into the market, and play aggressively versus JMZ, who's just gotten there. He sprays him down and doesn't finish the job. He comes back out for the second attempt, gets it, finishes the round. 3 for Armata, and they've saved themselves at least the eco rounds on the other side of the map.
And, I mean, that was a partial buy for Armata, and they went with what worked, and even though it was kind of shaky, I think that was mainly because they didn't have the guns that they wanted or needed, so they had to just, you know, kind of struggle as they got into the A bomb site. But I mean, it did work out for them. They did get that round. I mean, it was a nice play by Doom to go back to get that plant and get the clutch. But I mean, overall, it did work out for him. And with this last round left, I don't want to say just do it again, but they're going for something different this time.
It's either going to be a set B take or a bunch pick at B. It looks like with the T's looking up into the sky, it has to be a set B. They'll throw the smokes. Do they commit? I don't know. It's when you throw the set B at Mirage, it's not like you can surprise anyone. You're still coming out of that hallway. You're still going to get sprayed down.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're smoking out that CT who's at the van, which you can't really smoke him out, honestly. Then yeah, I mean, you got to face him down, and if you don't trade him out successfully, then the strat pretty much fails.
JMZ's up, and he drops one before falling back. Throws a pop flash back. Flow sick on the other side of the map, tries to pick up a flanker, and Romulus re-engages. There's the first kill for the T's. 4 versus 4. Flanks waits and sees the Tetris player. A creative angle on top of the bricks, looking at the top of Tetris. 4 versus 3. They've taken the site and they have better defensive positions, but AGM, being true to his new name, Shadow Assassin, does his job, finding the defensive players. 1 versus 3. Reds 1 on the last hold of the last round of this half. He's got not a whole lot of bullets. Just the CZ, he can't do it. Planks comes back to finish off his teammate's job. It'll be 12-3. You're watching CEVO TV. I'm Cotton. My partner is Klops. This is the pro placement tournament for CEVO. You don't know what that means. For Season 5, these teams are playing to either ascend into CEVO P or be demoted out of CEVO P, and the latter seems more likely today.
Yeah, whoever wins goes on to the next round, where they then have to win that match, and then they make it into P. I unfortunately don't have who they will be facing if they win this game. I think it was Area 51 and... oh man, was it Devastation? I don't remember who the second team was, unfortunately. I'll have to look at that later and let you guys know. But yeah, if they make it to the next round and win, then they have made it into the P division.
Yes, they will have. I think it might be Area 51 and Savage.
Okay.
Might be. We'll have to look at those standings a little later. Stick around after the cast. We've got giveaways. We're live. Armata, needless to say, would really like to have this round. I mean, really, really like to have this round.
Yeah, 12-3, it's 100% mandatory that they get pistol.
AGM starts the round just a little AFK. It's going to be a 4-man stack at B, a single onlooker at A from the ticket booth at the CT stairs, just staring back, making sure that nobody floods the site. In B tunnels, the T's have redirected out toward underpass. They'll probably control in, try to stare up at the window, maybe boost in. They will. Samrock can hear them. They've smoked them out so they can prevent their vision. It's not going to prevent the CTs from stopping them, though. The flank is on. The guy sees them, and they try to spam through with USPs. They'll walk out, see one, and they win that battle against Shazam. In the site, in the connector, JMZ waits and has a double, perhaps even a triple with his block. He's so deadly. A triple for him. It's 2 versus 2. Then 2 versus 1. Romulus is at CT, and his position's already compromised. Our last one in live is our number 7. We go to him. He's an 8. Doesn't throw it, though. Would like to throw it now. That nade comes right back, rebounding at him. Planks is there, waiting for him, and Armata started that round so beautifully, but as is the story of this entire game, it always seems to fall apart on them.
Yeah, James Z came in and just put the stiff arm in and said, no, I'm going to get a 4K and take this round for my team, and we're just going to finish the game. Because that's essentially what's going to happen. Now Armata has to, force the CZ by here and try to get this round. If they don't get this round, I mean, it's... I hate to say it, but it's pretty much over.
Yeah, it looks grim for Armata, who are pushing through, and of course, this is a predictable move. Even at the matchmaking level, they have a counter flank player waiting for them, even with a Molotov to ward them off, and they'll drop back toward A, which is inefficient with their time. They'll go back toward their spawn even to get toward B. Shazam kills Romulus. Oh my god! And another. Doom down. Now it's just Reds 1 who's seen his teammates fall apart, fall like dominoes, and he will try to stay at that window room and pick up a CZ kill, which we will not. Justus Pro is 1 away from the tie point.
Oh, man. The buy here for this round, if they do go for it, it's going to be pretty much nothing. And they're just going to go pistols, CZs, 5.7, P250, whatever they could get. And I would assume they're going to be saving for playing for the tie. Because if they don't win this round, that's exactly what's going to happen. They'll have enough money to buy on the next round. But by then, probably too late.
Armata back and forth, stacking bomb sites that they are hoping they can spring a trap on the opposing team and turn the tides of their game around. But Justus Pro is doing a good job of reading the map. With that, excuse me? You saw that? Did you?
I was not on his perspective, actually.
Oh, my lord. I don't even think he saw them for more than a half second. It was just the craziest interp kill. Too bad we've missed it. We've split and taken A. Information gathered. The site is empty. All the CTs must be at bomb site B, and now we cut off their rotates. We'll take over CT. We'll take over window. We'll take over even the big flank coming from our own spawn. Whatever it is, they're not making it back into this bomb site no matter what they do, because they just cannot. 15-3. Justus Pro is on to the game point. We've had a bit of a stutter here. There we go.
We're back, yeah. So Armata's obviously going to buy out here because it is game point and not going to be seeing an op. Doom would have picked it up if there was going to be one. He's going for that M4. He could have gone for the YOLO op, but just not really applicable for him. And now we do see Shazam with it, so interesting to see what Shazam's going to do. And he's going for that A-ramp pick.
One round to give.
Through the flash.
And he got it through the flash. It's just so brutal at times for Armata, who...
The stars are aligning for Justus Pro, it seems.
It's exactly right. JMZ, by the way, is lurking right underneath the catwalk, and Samrock seems to know this. There are no more mistakes to give for Armata. Should they lose this round, they are no longer in CEVO P. They had one season, Season 4, and then they'll be relegated back to CEVO main. Samrock drops JMZ. It's tied up again. And Justus Pro will take their time with this one. They've sent only one entryman. That Palace player is not out yet. It's just the number 3 man at the Palace. He calls his teammates in. It seems okay. Let's try to do this. Red sees a barrel, wants to go for the headshot. Can't necessarily grab it. He knows one's right next to him, and he'll come back for that off. He can't pick up the kill. Shazam will drop in 2 versus 3. The melee is on. There is the top of the E-box kill, and then systematically Samrock is dropped. It's the guy to save their CEVO P careers. In one moment of glory, he gives away his footsteps. He turns it into a one-on-one, though. Shadow Assassin has the drop on him.